to this stage here at Great Maine. How am I doing? I got it down. By the end of the night, I'll actually have the whole name. Coming to the stage, a good friend of mine, and like I said, second time to this stage, Dan Ratner.
All right, thank you. Giving it up for John Beatty again. He made this open mic happen. And really appreciate Great Maine for hosting. Because, I have a wife and 2 daughters, so really coming to these open mics each month gives me my one chance each month to speak. And actually, I feel very privileged to be here, but, look at me. I feel privileged everywhere. Right? So when I became an adult, I was really angry. I was angry at my parents because they really didn't teach me anything about sex. And I was really angry, and I just really wanted them to teach me what it meant to have a meaningful, worthwhile, and safe sex life. But they didn't. But actually, a couple years later, I realized that they did. My mom actually taught me all about sex. I thought she was nagging and being really demanding of me when she was raising me, but really, she was teaching me about sex all along. Like for instance, she always told me, put a jacket on, or you'll catch a cold. Right? Yeah. Stand up straight. No one likes to see you slouch. All right? All right, ladies? Okay. Yeah. Don't put that in your mouth. You don't know where it's been. Right? Don't talk with your mouth full. If you can't find someone to play with, go play with yourself. Right? Right? Don't play with that. You're going to shoot your eye out. And don't come inside unless you're invited. Right? Right. And if you are invited to the party, don't come early. Right? Well, that's my mom. She means well. In other words, she's really good at being mean. But let's see. Okay, so back when I was dating and single, I just, when I think back, I remember there was one time I had a big date, a really big date. It was a model. I was dating a model, and she was a full-figured model. Like I said, a big date. And thank you. And so, I took her to the zoo, and okay, I took her to the zoo, and I thought, okay, when I'm on a date, I like to try to check their sense of humor. So I'll tell them a joke and see if they, like the same humor I do. So we were at the camel enclosure, and I went, I looked at her and I said, hey, I imagine there's like a rude camel roaming the desert right now, walking up to other camels saying, nice vagina feet. That's a camel show, right? Okay, so she laughed. So I was really happy. I was like, okay, she gets my humor. So we went to lunch afterwards at a barbecue place. Of course, you go and eat the things you just saw. So at the zoo, and it was really nice. It was good. We had some great barbecue. It was really messy and sloppy, but we enjoyed it. But she actually asked me a question at the barbecue place because I think she was trying to check my sense of humor. So she said, they call me a full-figured model. If you know how they came up with that term, full-figured model. I was like, no, how did they? She said, well, when you're a model and you eat and you become full, you figured you keep eating. So I laughed. It was great. I was like, okay, this is a good sense of humor. All right. So we went back to my place, and it got hot and heavy. I was like, okay, it looks like we're gonna have sex. So I got her consent. She signed the form, and so I was like, okay. So I reached into my pocket, pulled out a condom, opened it up. It was a moist towelette from the restaurant, the barbecue restaurant. I was like, oh my God. I started laughing. I thought it was hysterical. She didn't like it. She didn't think it was funny. She really got disturbed, and she got dressed and she left. I was like, man, I have a boner, and I'm aroused here, but I'm exhausted, so I fell asleep and had a wet nap. That's all right. I had a moist towelette to clean things up. So, yeah. So, well, that's actually my time. Thank you very much.
All right, so I'm not going to pick up on Dan this time. No comments. I have absolutely no comments.